years. The reason that I wanted to do this particular thing on meditation in a modern context is that I actually really tried to do both traditional styles, and also like really new agey meditations. Like really was doing both of them and really trying to make them fit into my life and into the lives of the people I was facilitating. And honestly, just over the course of the years, is recognizing that the new age meditations had like pretty serious limitations. A lot of them, the limitations were because they had almost become like a new religion. The idea of everyone has to be positive, or I'm going to visualize myself into happiness, or um, uh, like kind of like a shallow attempt basically at this new paradigm of meditation that was coming through. And then a lot of the traditional types of meditation had such serious restrictions. Like if you go to Vipassana, which in my opinion is probably the best traditional meditation you can access. It's completely accessible. The teaching is direct. It's very, very potent. You spend a lot of time meditating and a lot of time doing internal work. But the limitations that they impose are quite dogmatic as well. So, for example, even if you've done a Vipassana once or twice, you might then come out of that and think, hey, I'm going to go hug my friend, but then you might have an internalized dogma that came from that, like, oh, I shouldn't hug people, or I shouldn't play music, or I shouldn't enjoy the material realm. So it's almost like two poles. On the one side are these traditions that are beautiful, but also like very strict and quite dogmatic and quite like we're right and everyone else is wrong. And then we've got this open platform of all these new age meditations and all these new spiritual practices that were just shallow as fuck, like didn't have any roots to them, so they didn't really help and aid in true or deep transformation. So what I've been working with basically is just finding a way to refine the field of both of them in order to come to something that's actually quite transportable, accessible, not dogmatic, and that still has that strength of impact and transformational abilities. So what I'm doing is something called presencing, and it's basically an expedited vipassana. So in vipassana, they get you to feel this little area here and feel the air as it goes in and out on the upper lip, and really get into the observation of that sensation. And then slowly they move you over the course of days, they move you into feeling more and more of the body until eventually you recognize yourself as a quantum field of sankharas, of wounds and of patterns. And as you sit there in the presence of those wounds and patterns, that starts to do a transformation. Well, I've basically got a format that we do that whole thing in about 1 hour. And it doesn't go as deep as a 10-day retreat would be, obviously, but at the same time, it is quite powerful and also easy to be able to hop in for shorter amounts of time. So one thing that me and my good friend Grant, who will probably be on here soon, teach is like micro dips. So being able to go into a sense of presence, that means letting go of all mental activity and story, and getting into the sensation on a physical, energetic, and spiritual level inside the body. But doing that for 5 seconds is actually fucking powerful.